Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's talk about your new movie, which is called Confetti.
It is.
Which is basically... Well, you tell us what it is.
It's an improvised movie, but don't...
Is it totally improvised?
It's totally improvised, but don't let that scare you yet. It's about 3 couples who are going to get married, who have entered a competition to put on the most imaginative wedding, the winner of which wins a £500,000 house.
Yes.
So that's what we had a story. We have a very good director, Debbie Isaac, who came up with a story and is directing, but every word of it is improvised on camera.
I mean, every single word. So yep. What should give you an idea, a structure,
Absolutely,
what you had to say, and then you
give you a shape of the scene and the shape of where your story was going. But for instance, we could be having a chat, and then unbeknown to us, you come in, and it's the question of just reacting. So it's very,
I
very...
don't know what to shoot then, where to put the cameras or...
Good question.
Yeah.
I still don't know. Yeah. It's coming out now, and we shot it in October, November 2004, so it's taken a long time to edit. It's just, hundreds of hours of stuff to edit.
Yeah. Now, the 3 couples, there's nudists, 2 nudists getting married. There are 2 tennis players.
Yes.
And then you and Jessica Stevenson.
That's right.
And you're the song and dance people.
Yeah, we're people... the theme for our... I mean, everyone's got a theme. As you say, there's naturist, tennis, and our one is kind of MGM musicals. We're people who are not fanatical about them. I mean, we're not mental, but that's the path we've chosen. That's kind of the path... Yeah, it's the path she's sort of chosen, and I have done my duty and gone along with it.
What's interesting, of course, you mentioned there that it's all improvised, but of course there are set pieces at the end, particularly yours, with the great Busby Berkeley spoofs and that sort
absolutely,
of cameras in the ceiling and all that sort of stuff.
Definitely, yeah. So, absolutely, yeah. So I couldn't pretend we'd improvise that.
No.
That would be a cheat.
It would be.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that up, because even now people will be writing in
exactly,
and saying,
yeah. What a liar.
What a liar. I mean, but are you a song and dance man yourself? Was that your great ambition?
It's not my great ambition. It's not the world's great ambition to hear me sing, trust me.
No.
The world doesn't need that. It's got war. It doesn't need that as well. I love singing. I love dancing.
And you sing in the movie?
I do, yeah. I mean, what could be termed as singing, I can literally carry a tune.
I suppose you could call that improvising.
You could call it improvised singing.
Well, let's have a look, because there's a marvellous double act, two gay wedding planners that you employ, or employed by the magazine to actually look after all the couples. And this is a sequence where they come to your home and they talk to your mum-in-law, your wife, and your wife's sister, who's a dancer of sorts.
And a nightmare.
And a nightmare. This is what happens.
Oh, what's
we'll just see the people in...
Shut the fuck up! Seriously, shut the fuck up, all right?
Excuse me.
Excuse nothing. Excuse nothing. No, we had this out yesterday.
Shut up.
I beg your pardon. Honest goodness me. Who the hell do you think you are? We're losing the wedding planners now.
Oh, blimey.
We're losing the wedding
It's all gone
planners.
pear-shaped.
Yeah, no, it's not all gone pear-shaped. You put it pear-shaped.
Your fault.
I bet you're glad also, too, you weren't chosen to play the naturalist in the...
yeah, I mean, it's a genuinely, all joking aside, a really hard role. I mean, it's a hard... It's a genuinely flaccid role,
Flaccid role.
It's a difficult thing to do. I mean, I've done it, as you mentioned in Love, actually, I've done it, and I wouldn't be the first to queue up to be naked in front of 50 people, 100. It's not easy. It makes you very, very self-aware. Just the fact that we all generally wear clothes, and all of a sudden you've got your knob out. That's what's different. That's different. And not only that, you've also then got to try and subjugate any feelings of terror in order to sort of act naturally. It's not easy, I would say.
No.
No,
I quite agree.
Thank you, yes.
But you
I don't have quite the same worry, but...
No, you don't.
Indeed.
But you appeared in the new, didn't you, on London stage?
I have indeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, what a fuss you all made.
I know. You made too much fuss.
Well, I don't know. I think every cab driver in London was... They did come, yes.
Yeah.
But of course, it sold tickets. There's no doubt. So it fulfilled one purpose, that's for sure. I've often wondered, when you do that in Love Actually, you had that lovely sequence between the scenes between you.
Right.
You're the sex scene body double with the girl.
Yeah, with Joanna Page.
Joanna, that's right. But when you meet Joanna later at a cocktail party, what's it like? I mean.
Do you know, because we were both scared, and we spent a lot of the time being fairly terrified, we just looked after each other, got our heads down. Oh, God. I just said to my mum, I'm not going to swear, and I'm not even being rude. I'm not even meant to be being rude. I'm not trying to be rude. It's them. But no, you just try and get on with the work and really look after each other, you know. And so we did, you know, because it's scary, you know, it's hard. And so when you kind of look around, there's 50 sparks, kind of, you know, because more people come when you're naked. It's not like, you know, you can try a closed set, but all of a sudden the drivers get interested. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. All of a sudden the caterers go, have you heard there's a... Yeah. And I was getting driven home by this guy on Love, actually, who said, there's a bit of nudity today, wasn't there? I said, yeah, there was some nudity. Who was doing that? I said, me. He went, oh, right. And he said, so, what was the bird? And so it just becomes about, you know, it's very much, all of a sudden, people are much more interested than they would be in that great dialogue scene yesterday.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand, yes.
People come out of the woodwork to sort of have a look at... probably not at me.
Well, I was really upset because it deflected your performance in Love Actually from my performance in Love Actually.
It does, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't... I mean, I was going to say it's my movie you were in.
To be fair, I was better than you.
You were better than
Yeah, I was. To be absolutely honest.
But I had a bigger Winnebago than you did.
You did. And in many ways, a more fulfilling role.
Exactly so. Now, let's talk a bit about the office, about your way up to the present position you find yourself in, because that was an extraordinary business to be involved in. I mean, it's now set down in history as one of the television comedy series, isn't it?
It would seem so, yeah.
Like Fawlty Towers. It's a landmark in comedy. You could have had no idea when you started doing that, when you went to audition for the part, that anything like this would happen.
No, I think you can have no idea of how it'll be perceived. You can have an idea of what you think of it, and fortunately, what I thought of it and what everyone else thought of it was that we liked it. So we were just happy to be doing something that we were dead proud of, and when I see bits cut together, I thought, I love it. I don't really care if other people love it. It's a bonus if they do, but of course, there was no way that we could have foreseen it would win as many awards or whatever, you know, whatever has happened.
And you read for a different part, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I read for Gareth that Mackenzie Crook played. Yeah, and I was literally on my way out, and I think it was Asher Taller and Steve Merchant sort of had a little, obviously a brainwave, and said, how about reading for Tim? Because, you know, Mackenzie would have, you know, I wouldn't have got that part. Mackenzie was much better at that part. So it was very fortunate they stopped me when they did, you know.
Let's have a look at the scene between the two of you, actually, from the office.
Have you got a price for matte-coated SRA1?
If I can't see you, I can't hear you, Gary.
Just tell me, will you?
No, I can't hear you. If you
right
want to
here,
speak
just
to me,
tell
if
me
you want
now.
to speak to me, and give me a ring, OK?
It's on voicemail.
Leave a message.
I mean, that did amazing things for you. It's a bit like your body heat. I mean,
Yes.
you took off
It
with
was,
that.
yeah.
Except
That was
you
my body heat.
Your body heat. Then you became
Yeah.
Mr. Nice, didn't you? Mr.
I
Everyman.
suppose, yeah, I guess so.
And is that something that you kind of fight against now?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's something you're mindful of, because obviously as an actor you want to do that and then do that and, you know, do the other.
But
and,
before you did the office, did you play nasty parts?
Yeah, I mean, I used to go up for plenty of gay bare-knuckle fighters, you know. I mean, I did, you know, because when I left drama school, I was considered to be edgy. And as an actor, you don't really have to do that much to be considered edgy, because the people considering you edgy have never actually met any edgy people, do you know what I mean? So all you need to do, basically, is kind of drop a T here and there, and they think, oh, fucking, he's a cockney. And, so I used to play a varied array of roles, and, you know, in theatre and very small bits on telly, mainly in plays. You know, I was mainly a theatre actor, and you know, and then The Office came along, and obviously that, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's what made people know who I was, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now America. You made films in America. You made a
couple,
film.
yeah.
You made a film recently over there.
Yeah.
With Jake Paltrow.
That's right. Yeah, Gwyneth's younger brother, who wrote and directed a lovely movie. Yeah.
And starring her as well. And the aforesaid Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
There
Yes,
you
Danny
are.
DeVito, yeah. And walking around with Danny, we filmed a bit in New York, and walking around with him, it was like walking around with the mayor of New York.
Unbelievable.
He was so loved.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you know why.
And they
'cause
call him
he's loved
Louis,
there.
don't they, mostly?
Really?
Well, yeah.
Okay, right.
He always said that he felt that from that role he did on Taxi. I think.
Taxi,
Yeah, that they always call him Louis. Hey, Louis.
They just love him. You know, and I loved him. He was genuinely a delightful man, you know, and a gorgeous person to act with.
But very short.
Too short. You've hit the nail right on the head there, Turner. Too short to trust. Never trust.
But I mean, what about Hollywood? I mean, do you have aspirations for that? Is that where you want to be? Is that what you want to do?
It's never particularly been a goal. My goal is to be in things that I'm proud of, and that on my deathbed I can say I was glad I was in, you know, and be good in, and be part of this. Again, sounds pretentious, but just the process of telling stories. I think human beings need stories to listen to.
I agree, but
watch.
you have to earn a living, don't you?
Of course, but you can so easily do that without. I mean, I think personally, once you've got some money in the bank, there's no excuse for doing things that you know are bad. Do you know what I mean? There's just no excuse for doing things that you know are rotten. You know, because how do you know? Because then you've got to sleep.
Someone told me years ago that I would be known as much for what I did not do as for what I did. And I quite agree, and I think that people, young people and actors who must make that choice.
Absolutely. I think, you know, there's work at the post office. Do you know what I mean? There's work somewhere. You know, you can always get... No, you're not going to starve, you know, and we're paid, once you're paid some good money, we're paid pretty well. You know, you don't need to be paid $15 trillion a movie in order to just keep the boat on the lake. You know, it's like, I haven't got a boat. You know what I mean? It's fine, you know.
You don't want a boat?
I don't want a boat. He can keep his boat. Whoever he is.
Well, Martin, thank you for talking to me.
Thank you very much.
And all the best with your film Confetti. I hope it does well for you. And thank you very much indeed, Martin Freeman.
Thank you very much.